Saraswati namastubhyaM, varade kAmarUpiNi, vidyArambhaM kariShyAmi, siddhirbhavatu sadA.
Namo Namaha. Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. Hearty welcome to everybody for today's event. Today we are celebrating Saraswati Puja. As you know, Saraswati Devi is worshipped as a representation of knowledge and wisdom. Today's event is sponsored and organized by Samskrita Bharati of Indiana. Today we have planned a few cultural programs in Samskritam for your enjoyment. Please note that we started learning Samskritam just a few months back, so I request you to pardon our mistakes in spoken Samskritam. With that, I invite all the Samskrita Bharati members to come on stage to start with the Samskritam Prarthana.
Patami Samskritam nityam, vadami Samskritam sada, jayami Samskritam samyak, vande Samskritamataram, Samskritasya prasaraya, naijam sarvam dadamyaham, Samskritasya sada bhakto, Vande Samskritamataram, Samskritasya krute jivan, Samskritasya krute yajan, Atmanamahutam manye, Vande Samskritamataram, Vande Samskritamataram.
Dhanyawad. Dhanyawad. We started a bit late today, but I think we can still make up for the time. Now let's start let me request Mani Mahodaya to talk about the chapter of Samskrita Bharati in Indiana.
Thank you, Sunday. Just over 3 months ago, a group of us attended a 2-day weekend class in Greenswood and were introduced to the beauty and simplicity of conversational Sanskrit. The session was organized by Sanjay Kaluperumbal. We fondly call him Lagu Sanjay, as opposed to Guru Sanjay, who is here. It was organized in the home of Suvarna and Sanjay Vince. And our guru at the time was Dr. Krishnamurti, a physician come teacher from Pittsburgh. He is an enthusiast of conversational Sanskrit. Depending on our background, we have had various degrees of exposure to Sanskrit in our lives, ranging from almost no exposure to a couple of years of Sanskrit as a third language in our school. We have, for the most part, looked at Sanskrit as an object of desire. We wanted to learn it, but were at the time very apprehensive about our ability to apply the memorizing and learning by rote that we have come to associate with this beautiful language. Dr. Krishnamurti, in no time at all, dispelled our fears. It appears that in the last couple of decades, Sanskrit lovers in India took a pragmatic decision that the barriers to popularizing this wonderful language need to be identified and broken down. with the sole intention of ensuring the large-scale adoption of and revival of Sanskrit and the cultural nuances associated with this language, Samskrita Bharati decided to embark on an exercise to make Sanskrit learning easier and more attractive. This group has diligently worked to ensure that spoken Sanskrit, devoid of any knowledge about the grammatical construct of the sentences, was the way to start learning Sanskrit. Over the years, through a number of videos, simple books, and dedicated teachers like Dr. Krishnamurti and Chalapati Mahodaya, who is here amongst us, the emphasis has shifted to an oral-based learning system, where the emphasis is on learning simple, everyday Sanskrit phrases. The grammar behind the sentences is not discarded, but it's not emphasized either. This has made it possible for a group of busy middle and upper middle-aged groups of folks like us to pick up the threads of spoken Sanskrit and to learn to enjoy the beauty and simplicity of being able to carry out simple conversations in this elegant language. On how we do it and what we do, I request Sanjay Vinzay to come and talk.
Hari Om. So Swagatam. I will continue the story which Mani Mahodaya has started. So, well, after the initial Samskrita Shibira with Krishnamurti Mahodaya, a small group of Sanskrit premis have been meeting on most Saturdays in someone's house for an afternoon of conversational Sanskrit. We were fortunate to have then met Sri Chalapati Rao Mahodaya, a very enthusiastic Sanskrit pracharak, and he was the Samskrita Bharati coordinator for Eastern Andhra Pradesh. He happened to be visiting his daughter's family in Columbus, Indiana, and he very graciously volunteered his time and energy to coach us through the spoken Sanskrit sessions. He was a very motivating guru. He is not only well versed in Sanskrit, but has also mastered the Gita and other scriptures, and also, most importantly, the philosophy behind it. From day one, he made it a point to talk to us only in Sanskrit. He prefers that we converse in Sanskrit freely rather than gain a bookish knowledge of the language. We have been under his tutelage every Saturday afternoon. In addition, every second and fourth Sunday, we also meet in the temple after the Bal Gokulam sessions and spend a couple of hours conversing amongst ourselves in Sanskrit. During these sessions, he planted in our minds the seeds of an idea that we should form a formal group of Sanskrit enthusiasts, so that the effort which has been started does not die away when he returns to India. He goaded us to take up his challenge to formalize our group and inspired us to form an Indiana chapter of Samskrita Bharati. We have started with a small organization, and the current principal office bearers are, I'll start with myself. I'm the Adhyaksha or President. Upadhyaksha is Jaya Sundaram. Please get the recognition. The Treasurer or Koshadhikari is Mani Subramaniam. The Secretary or Sachiv is Rajiv Kulkarni. And our coordinators, Sanyojakaha, Sanjay, Labhu Sanjay, and Rao Bhamdeep. Now, as one of our goals, we have decided to introduce conversational Sanskrit to the children who attend the Bal Gokulam and familiarize the kids with conversational Sanskrit. Part of our vision is to make conversational Sanskrit an integral part of our lives and use it for day-to-day conversations, and to grow the circle of folks who can converse in this rich and beautiful language. In addition, we also encourage other fans of the language to join us in these sessions and see how easy it is to converse in the language. We encourage more of you to join our group and see for yourself what the experience of familiarity of knowing Sanskrit brings and how enriching it can be. Mani Mahoday will later talk about how you can join Samskritam Bharati, our organization, and he will also talk of the benefits it will provide. For all new members, we will give a Sanskrit starter kit to initiate you to spoken Sanskrit. I will quickly just name some of the benefits we have thought of. One is the free starter books, one set for individuals and two for family members. Participating in conversational practice sessions, help grow the corpus fund for Samskritam Bharati Indiana, participate in Sanskrit speaking community, access to Sanskrit learning resource. There are a lot of resources available to you, and data insight into daily shlokas. Dhanyawad, Punah Milamaha.
Dhanyawad Sanjay Mahodaya. I guess now the fun should start, right? So next is NAtakaM, the ladies NAtakaM. Please note that this is a simple conversational skit where we are trying to use simple words that you can also use in daily life. This skit is called Aditi Satkaraha. Please, ladies.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
आम् त्वं प्रतिदिनं देवालयम् आगच्छति वा? बहुदिनानन्तरम् आगतवती। किमर्थं? गृहे बहु कार्याणि सन्ति, अतः समयम् एव न मिलति।
हरि ओम्।
हरि ओम्।
क्षम्यताम्, अहं भवत्याः नाम एव विस्मृतवती।
चिन्ता मास्तु, अहं जया।
भवती कार्नल् नगरे वसति वा?
न, अहं ग्रीन्वुड् नगरे वसामि।
राजमहोदय, भवत्याः पुत्री वा पुत्रः वा?
मम पुत्रः अस्ति। इदानीं माध्यमपाठशालायां पठति वा? न, सः कलाशालायां पठति।
हरि ओम्।
हरि ओम्। हरि ओम्।
सर्वे कुशलिनी किम्?
सर्वे कुशलिनी।
उमा, पूजा समाप्तं वा?
आम्, पूजा समाप्तं। कः समयः?
इदानीं एकादशवादनं।
सर्वे प्रसादं स्वीकृत्वा सम्भाषणं कुर्मः। आगच्छन्तु।
मम गृहं समीपे एव अस्ति।
वयं गच्छामः।
सर्वे आगच्छन्तु, उपविशन्तु भोः।
धन्यवादः। भोः, पानीयम् आनयामि।
वयं त्वं गृहे त्वं गृहे प्रथमम् आगच्छति। गृहे पायसमस्ति वा?
ओहो, पायसं तु नास्ति। अहम् आम्रसम् इच्छामि, अस्ति वा? क्षम्यताम् आम्ररसम् अपि नास्ति
नारङ्गिफलरसम् अस्ति वा
नारङ्गफलं रसम् अपि नास्ति
किम् अस्ति
चायं काफीमपि अस्ति कृपया काफीम् आनयतु ओहो फिल्टर् काफी वा इन्स्टण्ट् काफी वा आवश्यकं
फिल्टर् काफी पिबामः
फोल्जर्स् काफी वा स्टार्बक्स् काफी वा आवश्यकं
फोल्जर्स् काफी पिबामः
काचचषकेन पिबामः पिबन्ति वा लोहचषकेन पिबन्ति वा
लोहचषकेन पिबामः
अधिक उष्णं वा साधारण उष्णं वा आवश्यकं साधारण उष्णं पर्याप्तम् ओहो एकचमसः शर्करं वा शर्करा चमसद्वयं शर्करं वा आवश्यकं
चमसद्वयं शर्करं पर्याप्तम्
ओहो गाढं वा साधारणं वा आवश्यकं
ओ काफी पातुम् एताः प्रश्नाः
मास्तु काफी मास्तु चषकं मास्तु
शर्करं मास्तु गच्छामः
क्षम्यतां
चिन्तामस्तु आगम संस्कृतसम्भाषणशिबिरे अवश्यम् आगच्छन्तु अत्र मम गृहे एव भविष्यति
आगामि शनिवासरे भविष्यति पुनः मिलामः
धन्यवादः
बहुत धन्यवाद. Actually, please stay here. Next is the song by the same ladies. The song is called Naiva Klishtanna Chakatina. Basically, a description of saying that Sanskrit is easy.
सुरसुबोधा विश्वमनोज्ञा ललिता विद्यारमणीया अमृतवाणी संस्कृतभाषा नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना कविकोकिल वाल्मीकि विरचिता रामायण रमणीय कथा अतीव सरला मधुर मंजुला नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना व्यास विरचिता गणेश लिखिता महाभारते पुण्यकथा कौरव पांडव संकर मथिता नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना सुरस सुबोधा विश्वमनोज्ञा ललिता हृद्या रमणीया अमृतवाणी संस्कृत भाषा नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना कुरुक्षेत्र समरांगण गीता विश्ववन्दिता भगवद्गीता अमृत मधुरा कर्म दीपिका नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना कविकुल गुरु नवरसोन्मेषजा ऋतु सकुमार कविता विक्रम शाकुन्तल मालविका नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना सुरस सुबोधा विश्वमनोज्ञा ललिता हृद्या रमणीया अमृतवाणी संस्कृत भाषा नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना नैव क्लिष्टा न च कठिना.
Dhanyawada. I think it's time for some competition now. So next is the opportunity for other half of our team to perform their Natakam, followed by the song. This skit is called Vaikunta Chikitsalayah, which means Vaikunta Hospital.
हरि ओम कश्यपः कथमस्ति भवान्? दीर्घकालेन भवतः दर्शनं नास्ति.
आं मित्र, बहु दीर्घकालम् अभवत्. अहं किञ्चित् प्रयाणं कृतवान्.